Hello, Professor. This is Jonathan Reyes, and in my third video, I will be discussing the last two out of six general education competencies, which are written communication and quantitative reasoning. The first competency I'm going to discuss is written communication, in which, according to Professor's video lecture, is to write appropriately to context, to illustrate comprehension of a specific subject and communicate with meaning and effectively to the readers, and to use relevant sources to back up ideas of the topic. For this competency, as evidence of my knowledge, I will use a paper I wrote in Perspective on Parenting course. The topic I chose for this term paper is about the effect of poverty in parenting and childhood development. The purpose of this paper is to teach or educate readers of different levels and different issues surrounding low-income family and how this status affects the different aspects of childhood development. My introduction page reads, Poverty is a major issue many families in the United States faces with. It causes struggling parents working extra jobs to maintain their household. Low socioeconomic status affects parenting styles that greatly impact a child's physical, cognitive, and psychological development. In the United States, the official rate of poverty is 13.5%, in which total of 43.1 million Americans. Within this number, 15 million are families with children with both working parents. The high rate of families in poverty with both working parents creates an immense number of children suffering from developmental delays because of little parental involvement due to financial strain. This paper serves to analyze and explore the harsh effects of poverty in parenting skills that result in many children's developmental challenges. This paragraph introduces the focus of my topic, which is poverty and its effect on parenting style that eventually hinders the childhood development within the family. My introduction page followed the guidelines of APA format as per my professor's instruction for this class. To further prove my point, in this slide, I included a body paragraph that will back up my introduction of this specific topic. This paragraph included Jean Piaget's theory of development and an example of how a specific theory applies that I got from the course textbook, which I cited within the paragraph following APA format. The highlighted sentences outline how poverty can result in specific parenting style that can either hinder or boost a child's development. I also included my conclusion paragraph, which reads, The effect of poverty is deeply concerning, especially with increasing number of children affected by it. The extreme stress caused by poverty leads to ineffective parenting that eventually leads to failure of the whole family. Young children living in poverty need more guidance than children living in an average household. The specific attention that can only be provided by parents that have manageable stress level in which parents living in poverty have difficulty doing. To ease extreme parental stress in connection with poverty and in hope for decreasing poverty rate, the government have created many programs to assist parents and adults in helping them find jobs that would increase success in their livelihood. Eventually, the improvement in parents' life would lessen the stress that would create a pathway in becoming effective parents. Effective parenting produces great efforts and time in caring for their developing children that would eventually result in breaking the poverty cycle. This paragraph summarizes and concludes the effects of poverty in parenting styles that eventually affect the children's development. This paragraph also included suggested program for many suffering family to assist them in improving their livelihood. To further solidify my knowledge of written communication, I attached a separate reference page that included all the sources I used in creating this paper to back up my subject. This reference page is according to APA format guidelines. The second competency I'm going to discuss is quantitative reasoning, which according to Professor's video lecture is the use of mathematical model such as graphs and calculations to support an argument and analyze data to draw a conclusion according to a specific topic. For this competency, I'm going to use a paper I wrote for a psychology class I have taken. This paper's focus is comparing a scholarly review and popular review of any specific topic and find out which sources are more useful for graduate students to use. For this assignment, I chose the personality that correlates with caffeine dependency as a subject. As you can see in this slide, I have to include a separate page to introduce my topic as per APA format guideline. To further solidify my knowledge of quantitative reasoning, in this slide I included the paragraph that included the number of participants and the personality risk associated with consumption of caffeine that is measured by a form of computerized questionnaires using BART or BART. This paragraph is taken from the results table in the next slide. As you can see in this next two slides, Table 1 is the result of groups consumption by percentage of different sources of caffeine, while Table 2 shows the personality risks attached to each group. Along with this, in this slide shows the graph as a result for Table 1 and Table 2, in which at the end of my paper I concluded the importance of understanding the sample and methods used in scholarly sources and the validity of its numbers results. My conclusion reads, encountering and reviewing these two forms of article have given me more knowledge and insight on what they are purposely used for. Even though I had difficulties understanding this scholarly approach article and had to read it a few times to be able to grasp the concept, I find it very reliable and fully informative on certain facts of the study. On the other hand, popular media articles have given me only insights on one person's review and opinion of a topic. I believe in the end of this review I will use more of the scholarly approach any given time, as this type of credentials, information, and facts cannot be bent or changed. Furthermore, I also add a separate page for the sources I use in writing this paper and follow the APA format in citing my sources. In conclusion, I have solidified my knowledge of written communication and quantitative reasoning through the papers I have written for two psychology classes I have taken. I have established my ability in writing papers following guidelines provided by my professors to meet the assignment's requirements. I also showed my understanding of different ways in citing sources according to the proper guidelines of MLA or APA format in papers I have written. Thank you for watching.